Hello and welcome everyone to another inventRight.com TV show. Check out our website, inventRight.com. Click on coaching, learn more about how we've been coaching and mentoring inventors for the last 15 years. Very successfully, too. Stephen, what's the topic?
Andrew, I want to talk about as seen on TV.
As seen on TV, otherwise known as infomercials or DRTV. I sound like an encyclopedia.
Andrew, this is, that industry, we got a question from someone that was watching our videos and said, hey, talk about this. What's going on with that industry? Give us some tips. Give us some strategy. Can you make a lot of money? What's going on with that industry? So I want to talk about...
Is that because one of our students, who's now one of our coaches, licensed the product in DRTV, or just very recently? Or
no, this is one of the questions we got from someone that's watching some of the videos. Now, what's really exciting about this topic, guys, we know a little bit about it, probably more than a little. And we have students that have licensed ideas to those type of companies and made a lot of money. And one of them is the Woof Washer 360.
Don't you guys love it when Stephen yells at you?
A
lot of money.
The Woof Washer, come on, Andrew. I know what I'm talking about here. The Woof Washer 360 is now selling in Walmart, PetSmart, Target. It's selling everywhere. It's a big hit for our coach, Ryan Diaz, that was one time a student of ours, but now he's a coach.
I can honestly say my dog loves getting bathed with Woof Washer 360. It's so easy. Connect the Woof Washer 360 to your hose, add soap, and then adjust the Woof Washer 360 for your dog. The water and the soap mix instantly to create a sudsy solution that deep cleans your dog from head to tail. It cleans your dog everywhere, 360 degrees of clean.
We also have another student that is licensed, I think he's licensed 50 ideas, but one of them is called Scott's on Fire.
Yeah.
One of his ideas he licensed to one of the DRTV companies has sold millions of units. It's called the GripGo. It's being relaunched
if
again.
I knew we were going to be talking about that, I'd go get it. I'm going to go get it over here. I'm going to
go get it.
I'm going to see if my cable goes that far here.
Well, I'm going to show it up on the screen anyway, Andrew. I'm going to show it. There it is right there. There's GripGo.
There's the box.
And what's really great about it, that product
the actual products in my car actually use it all the time.
That product is actually being relaunched. It's a great product. Scott tells his whole story about how he did it. And if you haven't listened to it, please go to inventRight.com, where we have a huge website with all this information. Find the class. In fact, if you go to the coaching page on the right-hand side, listen to how Scott licensed his idea to DRTV. You'll love it.
Hi, David Jones here with the new GripGo, the most versatile hands-free mount that will instantly grip any phone for safe driving. Just attach the suction cup to your windshield or dash, and GripGo grabs your phone ultra fast.
Okay. Yeah, so if you go to InventRight, you click on coaching on the right-hand side, you'll see these little buttons, and you can watch Scott's success story.
Andrew always repeats everything I say.
So I do. I want to make everything crystal clear, man.
And he knows that I don't, so that's why we really make a great team. All right, but beside that, let's talk about DRTV. You guys, it's the wild, wild west. It's crazy.
Now why do you say that?
Because it's crazy. You can make a lot of money, right? But also realize...
Why?
Because these guys are going to put it on TV. They've got mass distribution. They do some testing. They only take like a few. See, this is the thing that drives me nuts. You guys... If I was going to play the numbers, and licensing is all about playing the numbers, increasing your chances of success, DRTV, as seen on TV, would be a little part of what I want to do. Not everything, but a little part. And the reason why, these guys only take 1 or 2 ideas. They only need 1 or 2 hits. So your chances of success, your chances are, in my opinion, pretty small.
But what you're saying, Steve, is when it goes big, it goes really big, because it's just being constantly, basically when it's successful, they just run it over and over again on TV. And then the strategy these days is it ends up in all the big box stores. So a lot of people, they don't buy on TV. They don't buy the 800 number anymore. But they're going down Walmart or Target or Walgreens or Rite Aid, and they're like, oh, I saw that in the store. I know exactly what that is. Throw it in their cart.
But you guys realize, DRTV, as seen on TV, these companies, there's a handful of these companies that are out there. There's probably more, but there's 5 big guys. And I'm not going to talk about who's who. I'm not going to get into that. But do your homework on anybody you work with, right? But there's 5 of these guys. The bottom line is they don't take that many products, but the ones that they do take, they test it, and if it tests well, they take it, and then they're going to sell a buttload of those products. But the chances are a little slim for me, Andrew. That's all. I would play there. I would like to play there, but I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket. I think it's too risky. That's just me personally.
It has a little bit of a get-rich-quick cachet to it, you know.
But you can.
And you can.
But you can. You can.
Yeah. But the numbers, you know, like you said, there's 5 major players. When you're licensing to a lot of other companies, we teach our students they can make a list of 30 potential licensees, you know.
Okay,
but
so
there is no right or wrong. It's just like what people want to go after.
All right, let's talk about some of the details, you guys.
All right. Details?
I'm giving the details. I'm giving the dirt. I'm going to talk about the dirt. You guys, the royalty rates. Everybody wants to know, hey, how much money can I make here? And what is the royalty rate? What's the standard royalty rate in this industry? And what's really amazing,
it's quite a bit lower.
It's lower than you would think, but it's pretty consistent. Those guys don't vary. They have a formula, number one. And they don't kind of vary off that formula. I don't care who you are. The royalty rate is basically about 3%. 3%.
Which probably is shocking to people because most folks have heard us talking about typical common royalties are 5%.
Yeah.
Or more, 5 to 10, but 5 is common. But so why is it lower for DRTVs?
They're just going to sell a buttload of it, and they're going to have to spend money on advertisement, everything else. It doesn't matter, you guys. You're not going to get 4. You're not going to get 5 or 6%. You're going to get 3. There it is.
That seems to be our experience.
It's pretty standard. I've seen a lot of licensing agreements. I've seen a lot of our students try to negotiate higher royalty rates with our help. And we can't get it up beyond 3, so it's 3. Okay, what else? The minimum guarantees. Minimum guarantees. They're pretty high. They are.
Well, that's nice.
It's very good. Because they're going to sell a lot of product.
Well, and it's not that they're being so nice, Stephen. It's that either it's going to go like gangbusters and going to be successful, or it's not, so they don't mind giving you really high minimum guarantees.
All right, here's the details, guys. You wanted details, I'm giving it to you. What are the minimum guarantees? It ranges from $100,000 a year to, I've seen a lot of them at $250,000. This
is the absolute minimum they have to pay you if they continue to sell the product.
And I see that all the time. The big boys, if it tests as well, it's going to be $250,000. Minimum guarantee they have to sell. All right, will they let you sell in a different industry? Can you carve out, hey, you do your stores, but I want to sell it myself, or I want to sell it over here? Forget it. They're going to own it. What do I mean by own it? They're going to license it from you. You're going to give them an exclusive. You're not going to play any other games. They don't want any other competition. That's just the facts. All right.
Especially, that's not always true of other industries, but DRTV.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very true.
Now, what do you need? How do you submit an idea to you guys? I mean, what do they really need to make an evaluation? It's very simple, you guys. They don't necessarily need a patent. They don't care about patents. File a PPA anyway, but they don't care about that. It's the Wild Wild West show with these guys. But this is what they do need to see when you submit an idea.
We're going to get so many comments. Stephen, why do you keep calling it the Wild Wild West?
Because it is! It's crazy! Okay, so, all right, come on. What do you need? You need a prototype. Doesn't have to be the prettiest prototype, but you have to build a video, 1 minute video.
Why?
Because they sell it that way. You see, they want to see how they're going to sell it. So if you have a sketch on a napkin, forget it. They want to see a prototype.
And so you don't need to go out. Don't get us wrong. You're not going to go out and spend $10,000 shooting a video. You can shoot it yourself on your iPhone. And it can be crude, but they're going to be able to visualize and go, oh, I could see how we represent that benefit, and here's the problem and the solution. You can go from black and white to color, you know, all the stuff that they do in infomercials.
They're going to want to touch it and feel it, see the video of how they're going to sell it. And that video that they're going to want to see, like Andrew said, doesn't have to be some fancy production, but this is what it has to have, guys. You should make it about 1 minute. Now, I've seen longer videos get licensed, but make it 1 minute. Show a problem. Show it's someone struggling. Make it in black and white. Show the pain of a problem we all have. That's the point here, you guys. They only take products that has a wide market. And so you show a problem for 15 seconds, and then for 45 seconds, you show the solution, your product, with a smile on your face. Show the magic. Show the wow. If your product does not have wow, if your product is not strong enough, this is something I've learned. If it's not strong enough to where that person would get up, go down and buy it, or pick up the phone, you have to have something that they need. They think they need it now, not later, not a maybe, but something they actually need. That has to have a wow factor, a big demand factor. So this is what you did. Here's a couple other hits, you guys, because we're running out of time here. I don't want to go too long. The magic number, retail number for DRTV, short form DRTV, not long form, short form, is about, the price point is $19.99. You've seen that, or $9.99, right? If you've got something that's going to retail for $49.50 or $49.99, that's long form, possibly DRTV.
Not going to work.
So how do you do the math to know that your product fits that? It's called the 5-to-1 formula. Whatever it costs to manufacture, times it by 5, and if that retail price point does $9.95 or $19.95, perfect. So what does that mean? I'm getting a flashing light on my video, Andrew. I don't know what that means. So
I'm getting a flashing light on mine too.
That means we're gone too long.
No, that's fine. That's weird. It just started happening to me too.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up real quick. 5-to-1. That means if my product costs $2 to make, I'm in business. $2 to make times 5, it's going to be $9.95, $10.
And let's be honest, Stephen, if you can do even more than that, if it can be produced even cheaper and sell for more, they really like that. That's very attractive.
So what are they asking for? It's really simple. A good profit margin. That's what they're looking for. So here it is. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it up real quick.
Yeah.
You need to have a product that's easy to demo. You need a product that can show wow factor that people really want, that can appeal to a large market, and has a nice profit margin. All right, that's pretty simple. You don't need to go out and file an expensive patent, file a PPA. Here's one more tip, and I'm out of this thing, because I've gone 12 minutes. Guys, that's the longest video we've ever done.
What's with all these details?
Details, details, details. Someone asked for it, you're getting it. Here's the other one. Only submit to one company at a time.
This is only for DRTV, not for any other licensing, any other type of product.
One at a time, just one at a time. Because guess what? They all know each other. One at a time, guys. That's the way you want to play the game. So don't put all your eggs in your basket. Love DRTV. No, I don't. But if you want to play it, know the rules, have a wow factor, file a PPA, have a great video, make sure it has the right manufacturing price point, and get in the game, make a ton of money. You'll love it.
Cool. All right, everybody, take care. Keep inventing. Check out inventRight.com. Click on the coaching page. If you want to see Ryan's story or Scott's story about them licensing a DRTV product, check that out on the coaching page. And we'll catch you next time. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.